Now, last video we completed the calculation of transverse reinforcement where we don't require the fitments. Now we are going to draw the detailing, reinforcement detailing on the slab. I think we are working on that we are working on this corner slab, so where we want to provide the reinforcement at this discontinuous edge, reinforcement here, reinforcement here, reinforcement here, and reinforcement here at this for these slabs. Okay, so in that case we already have some calculations for primary directions. We know we are going to provide N12 280 center to center distance for both midspan and discontinuous edge. So the reinforcement for the reinforcement primary directions, we will going to provide the reinforcement along this direction, primary direction. So I draw this reinforcement along the primary direction. Let's start with the midspan. So at the midspan we have this reinforcement. At the midspans we are going to provide N12 280 center to center distance, so that is midspan. Now discontinuous edge, so this is a discontinuous edge, these are the discontinuous edge, right? So this discontinuous edge, again we are going to provide N12 center to center distance, and we're going to provide 250 millimeters at the continuous edge. So at here we will provide 250 center to center. So these are reinforcement are along this line. If I looking from this side, this is 5.5 meters given in the questions. If you can see this 5.5 meters and 7.5 meters that I draw it here. So if I draw 5.5 meters, when I look it from this side, I can see this bar going along this direction. So when I see from this side, so these are the reinforcement going along these directions. At here, at this discontinuous edge, that is discontinuous edge here, I can see this reinforcement which is N12 280 center to center, N12 280 center to center, 5.5 meters for these beams are drawn here. At continuous edge, which are shown here, that I shown here, which is N12 250 center to center distance shown here. When I look at from this side, I would have this beam 7.5 meters, 7.5 meters, and I have a reinforcement which I'm looking for this midspan one, that the midspan one are looking at here. I did not draw all this midspan one, but if I look at from here, I would have this reinforcement here, and that will continue along the span, and that is N12 at the rate 280 center to center distance, which are written here, exactly written here. Over the continuous for discontinuous edge, we have this discontinuous edge reinforcement which are shown here. So I would have to draw it here. So that discontinuous edge are shown here, that has a 280 center to center distance. And for continuous edge, for discontinuous edge shown here, you will have this reinforcement and 250 center to center distance. So this is the primary reinforcement. Now secondary reinforcement, we done the calculation for secondary reinforcement as well. So for secondary reinforcement, if you remember that we just done it a few video back, where we have N12 280 CTS. We provide this reinforcement everywhere. N12 CTS reinforcement, we provide this reinforcement L12 at 280 at everywhere. So for reinforcement, unlike this reinforcement where you have primary directions, we provide the reinforcement along these directions. The secondary directions in this direction, which is a secondary Y directions. In this case, midspan reinforcement is 280 center to center distance, discontinuous edge 280 center to center distance, continuous edge 280 center to center distance. Now I can draw the same exactly this line here. I draw those lines, but on top of that one we draw the secondary reinforcement that are shown here. For here, this I draw this line, and we provide this at this side. So that is secondary reinforcement at 280 center to center distance. I draw this line again, and I put those reinforcement here. Similarly here, I draw those reinforcement, primary reinforcement, and then I draw this secondary reinforcement which are at the midspan. I draw again those reinforcement which are primary. So we draw this reinforcement here, which are these three dots. I put those three dots, and these reinforcement which are shown here, that is secondary reinforcement. So I think this is the primary reinforcement, secondary reinforcement detailing, and it has all the details. I think the depth of the slab also indicated 150 millimeter, 150 millimeter, 150 millimeters, and 150 millimeters. So that is the final steps. We done the detailing in the primary X directions and secondary Y direction. Please note, primary directions is along the short. So this is short, so we provide this reinforcement. This is a long edge, we provide this along the long edge secondary reinforcement, and we found the center to center distance for each locations. Thank you.